So as a call center agent, I'm going to have access to a set of tools within the ShoreTel environment. You'll notice that um, viewing communicator is generally going to look the same no matter what role you serve within the organization. So whether you are a call center agent or a call center supervisor, or potentially someone that's not part of the call center whatsoever. Depending on what your role though is, and especially within the call center, we're going to enable certain toolbars and features that will be visible to you. So as a whole though, communicator itself will look very similar to any other user within the system. So as an agent, we're going to enable the main contact center toolbar, and you'll notice right off the bat that you will be able to see the status um, telling you that you're either logged in or logged out or in something called a release state. So right now you can see that I'm currently logged out of all groups, and if I click on this contact center drop-down box, I now have the option to log in all groups. So you'll notice as soon as I click that, communicator visibly shows me now that I'm currently logged into all groups. It's really important to remember that you only want to log in once at the beginning of your shift and log out once at the end of your shift. You do not want to be logging in and out multiple times throughout the day, as that will skew reporting for supervisors that are reviewing historical data. So if you're logged in and you need to temporarily take yourself out of queue, for example, if you are taking a break or maybe going to lunch, you'll want to go into what's called release. And release, as soon as I click it, you'll now see the communicator reflects that I'm in a release state, and it even gives me a timer for how long I've been in release. But release is just temporarily, you're here, you're logged in, you're doing work, but you're not taking calls. When you're done with the release and you're ready to come back into queue to start taking calls, you're simply going to click on the resume button. And again, as soon as I do that, it now reflects within my contact center toolbar that I am logged back in and ready to take calls. From there, as I'm going throughout my day as an agent, I may want to have visibility of calls in queue. And so I can use something called the queue monitor. Queue monitor is simply just a window that shows in the top portion here every single group that is configured in the system. So this doesn't necessarily mean that I'm logged into these groups, but it's just giving me visibility of each one of those groups. Now I will only be able to see calls in queue for the groups that I am currently logged into. If you highlight on the top row the All Groups button, this will automatically show me all calls waiting in queue for all groups that I am a part of. If I'm only a part of the demo training group and the ShoreTel support group, when I click on all groups, it will not show me the TDM group or the NOC main group. But I can get a little bit more granular. If I only want to see the calls in queue for a particular group, I can click on that group. Again, assuming that I am logged in and a part of those groups. So ShoreTel Queue Monitor will show me all calls in queue. There's some columns across the top here that you can hide if you don't want to see them, but they're going to give you some basic information, the queue position for each one of the calls, the wait time or the average wait time, the calling number, the group that they're originally called into, priority, and some other information. But those are the very basic tools that an agent would use on a day-to-day basis within the ShoreTel call center.